I'm about to walk you through how to actually get rich with AI. I'm not going to talk about what are the best AI tools to sell, what are the best prompts to sell. This is going to be a no BS video on how to actually get rich with AI. And a quick tip, put the video in 2x speed if you want to get through it quickly and save time. So the first things we have to talk about is why are rich people rich? And there's a few factors. The first one is they simply solve problems. Okay. It's the whole reason why businesses exist is because they solve problems. The next thing is supply and demand. And if you don't know what it is, supply and demand creates wealth. High demand for scarce goods or services means higher prices and profits, like a rare skill or a hot product. Low supply with high demand equals wealth. And so these are the two main things. If you have a solution that solves a painful problem and there's low supply of it and there's high demand, those two creates, insane amounts of potential for creating vast amount of wealth. And so having a solution that solves a very painful problem creates high demand in and of itself. But how do you actually charge lots of money for it, and how do you create wealth with it? Well, high demand and high value. You need to have both of them, okay? Because if you have a solution that's high in demand, but people buy from you and you're not providing real value, you're not actually solving a real problem, then, people are going to churn and you're never going to be able to build actual wealth. Okay. And so let me elaborate a little more. One of the underlying principles of capitalism is that creating value in the world today is hard. Okay. It's simple, but it's hard and it takes effort. If we lived in a world where anyone or anything could create value and solve all the problems with no effort, then it would be difficult to create something that separates you from everyone else. Okay. So creating value is hard, but that's a good thing because there's some sort of barrier and not everyone can create value. And so if you can just go across that barrier and create a product that actually provides real value, then you'll be able to create wealth. And so people buy things because they want to achieve a specific outcome. The reason why people will buy your thing instead of other people's things is because the perceived value of your thing is higher. You never want to compete on price. Competing on price is a race to the bottom. And so there's one catch. It is not easy to make an extremely valuable product. Okay, here are a few factors needed to make a product extremely valuable. First thing is the 4 value equation factors. So if you know Hermosi, in his offers book, he created something called the value equation, which he basically operationalized what is the definition of value, okay, when it comes to business. It's pretty simple. You want to make sure that the prospects actually believe that they can achieve their dream outcome, and they also want to you want to increase the perceived likelihood of achievement. So what is the chances that they're going to actually achieve their dream outcome? And also you want to get them there quickly. You want to make sure there's not a lot of time delay. So for example, if you gave someone a pill that gave them a 6-pack instantaneously, then that would be high value because they're achieving the dream outcome and they're doing it with no effort and sacrifice. Okay, so you want to increase the factors on the top and decrease the factors on the bottom. Okay, so the quicker they're going to achieve it and with the less effort they're going to achieve it, the more valuable the product or solution is. Okay, and so that's the first thing, the 4 value equation factors. How efficient is the product? Do you have actual people on the back end? Do you have A players helping you fulfill it? Because we want to focus on leverage. Do you have a legendary backend systems? Do you have everything systemized? Are you acting off of data? Are you using data to improve your product or service? Are you tracking everything? And the secret to making your product more valuable than everyone else is doing something unscalable at scale. Okay. And so making your product truly valuable naturally increases the demand. But what is the biggest catalyst for demand? Okay. And the truth is it's trends. The bigger the trend, the more demand there is for the product or service. And so big trends create demand by changing what people want and need. And so pushing businesses to offer new solutions that match those shifts. And this right here is Brad Jacobs. He's a CEO of a few companies. He has an $8 billion net worth. And he said you can mess up a lot of things in business and still do well as long as you get the big trend right. Okay. If you're riding the wave of a huge trend, then you have so much leverage and there's so much demand for whatever you're selling. And so what is the biggest trend right now? If it's not obvious, it's AI. And so AI is estimated to add around $15.7 trillion of value to the global economy by 2030. And just to put that into context for you, the internet up till 2020 added $10 trillion of value to the global economy. And AI by 2030 is estimated to add around up to $15.7 trillion. Okay, that's almost doubled. And this is just by 2030. We'll see in the future how much it's going to add in total. Okay, so AI is estimated to, eclipse internet. It's going to be way bigger than the internet. And so countless people became millionaires from the internet, and this is just examples of some of the biggest gurus: Ty Lopez, Sam Ovens, Iman, Andrew Tate, a bunch of people. Okay, and with AI, countless more people become millionaires from AI. Way more people become millionaires from AI than the internet ever created. Okay, and that's a fact. And so, just to give you an example, some of the biggest gurus, and here are some of the newer gurus, they're all pivoting towards AI messaging. Okay, for example, Serge Guattari, he was one of the bigger titans here in the online agency space, helping agencies scale by implementing systems or whatnot. And now he's completely pivoting towards AI messaging and AI infrastructures. He's creating a webinar now, and he's completely pivoting towards AI. Same with Jordan Platten. He was mainly focused on helping agencies scale, and now he's talking more about AI lead generation and AI-enabled agencies. Also, you have Andrew Tate, who's a mega influencer. Like 10 million followers on Twitter. Obviously we all know who Andrew Tate is, and he tweeted that AI is genuinely amazing. If you're not using AI today, you are failing. The competition will destroy you, and he is not lying. Okay, so it's catching the eye of everyone, and everyone's recognizing that AI is here to stay. It's huge. And also we have Liam Otley, who was one of the bigger people recently who got big off of AI, creating AI centered videos, AI driven videos, and he's recently blew up due to it. Same with David Andre. He's also creating AI content, getting a lot of attention. And Liam Evans. Beforehand, he was creating general business content, online business content, but now he's pivoting towards AI. And so businesses have been hearing about AI, and they are already bought into the belief that it will change everything, because it truly will. And businesses also know that they need to adopt and implement AI into their business, or else their competitors who did will take their market share. And I'm not talking just about online agencies or just online businesses. I'm talking about all, even brick and mortar businesses. They all know AI is coming, and they all know it's going to make a huge impact, and they know if they don't implement it, it's not going to be good for them. And so when you're selling something like content or ads, etc., half the battle is selling the belief that your market needs your solution, or else they won't be able to survive with it. And due to the extremely high levels of competition and low levels of trust in the market and increasing sophistication, which simply means that people know what you're doing, people are educated, they've been burnt in the past before, they know how the whole process works. It is harder than ever to sell the belief that your market needs your commoditized solution. Okay, and the beauty of AI is that every business is bought into the belief that they need AI, which is already half the battle. Simply convincing people that they cannot survive without your offer, without your solution, without whatever you're selling, that's half the battle. And people are already bought into AI, but they just don't know what is the best AI solution and how to implement it, which creates a gap in the marketplace. And so the demand for AI is already validated. Okay, it's huge. And so what should you actually sell when it comes to AI? Well, let's take a look at what the biggest companies from the previous revolution sold. And I'm talking about the internet revolution. So here we have the 5 biggest companies. For example, first we have Amazon. They leverage vast logistics and their Amazon Web Services infrastructure to generate revenue 24/7, scaling with volume, not with hourly labor. Okay. When it comes to Google, they use automated app platforms and search algorithms to earn billions with revenue tied to systems, not employee hours. And Meta scales ad income across billions of users via automated platforms, growing value with network size, not time spent. And same with Microsoft. They build software and cloud solutions sold via subscription and earning recurring revenue without constant time input. Okay, and so let's look at the current revolution, which is the AI revolution. What are the biggest companies right now currently doing in the AI revolution? So we have OpenAI. They sell API access to its AI models. They also sell memberships to get access to their better models. Anthropic offers AI solutions via scalable APIs, earning from widespread adoption rather than time-based fees. xAI, which is Elon's company, they build AI tools, and I generated this on Grok, that's why it said like me, that scale across users and applications, generating value through reach, not hours. Hugging Face provides open source AI models and cloud hosting, profiting from community scale and usage, not manual effort. And then Cohere delivers AI powered natural language processing via API, scaling revenue with client integration, not per hour services. And I know I just read a lot of info across both of these pieces of information from the internet revolution and the AI revolution, and you might not have understood everything I said or what each word meant, but why did I read that? Okay, what are the big takeaways? What are the similarities between the two? Okay, it's simple. The top internet and AI companies build a single scalable product like platforms or models and charge for access, maximizing profit through automation and reach, not hourly effort. Okay, it's leverage. The biggest companies are leveraged. They don't focus on selling their time or selling services that each employee has to fulfill manually. It's automated. They build a system once, And there's no marginal cost. Most of the time there's no marginal cost of reproduction, which means they build it once and they can sell it forever, which is high leverage. Okay, and that is the main focus. And so now I want to talk about the different levels of AI monetization, the hierarchy of AI monetization, and what that looks like. Okay, so it's pretty simple. At the bottom you have NVIDIA GPUs. Okay, and a level above that, the GPUs are put into these large data centers, these large mega clusters, which powers the foundational models like ChatGPT, like Grok, like Gemini. Okay, so they take these, thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of these GPUs, put them into these large data clusters to power these foundational models. Okay, and a level above that, we have selling AI marketing services because we're leveraging what is already built. And the truth is, if you don't have some of the smartest people along your side, if you don't have $100 million+ worth of resources, then getting into any of these three, GPUs, data centers, foundational models, getting into any one of those three business opportunities is going to be, basically impossible. It's extremely competitive. It's, so many resources and, so many smart people are needed to even have a shot at making it in any of these opportunities. And so unless you have $100 million+ in resources and the smartest people in the world, selling AI marketing services is how you will create your wealth in the AI revolution. Okay, and so I want to talk about why it is specifically the best opportunity to get into in the AI revolution. First of all, it's the easiest, it's the quickest, and you're leveraging what's already built. You don't need to design new chips. You don't need to spend tons of money on building out huge infrastructures. You don't need to train all these algorithms. You're leveraging what's already built, and so you can get started much quickly and much more easily. How do you actually go about selling AI marketing services to create the most amount of wealth in this current industrial revolution that's taking place? Well, I'm about to walk you through it right now. There's two different routes that you can go down. There's the make it the easiest money route, and there's also making the most money route. Okay, and so I want to walk you through this first one, which is making the easiest money. And so if you want to make money quickly, your primary goal should be to learn how to set up AI automation, workflows, integrations. Okay, so if you just want to make money quickly, you don't really care about making a ton of money, you don't care about building an empire, then learn how to use all these workflows, how to use these AI tools, and with these skills you can sell your time for a few hundred or a few $1,000s. And since you're a general service provider, you can go after anybody in the market and solve a small problem by setting up a simple automation or workflow by yourself. And by going down this route, you're choosing to sell your time. Okay, so step one is learn the AI tools, whatever the market needs. Just learn how to use it, learn how to set it up. Step two, sell your services for $500, up to $3,000 a month if you're lucky. And then step three is to be a freelancer and sell your time for money. Okay, you're basically a glorified contractor. You're basically an employee. You're selling your time. Okay, and now the second route is to make the most amount of money. If you want to make the most money by selling AI, the primary goal should be leverage. And how do you play the game in a leveraged way? Well, as the founder, you don't want to prioritize your time and effort learning things like automation, workflows, etc. Instead, your energy needs to go towards taking advantage of the right opportunity in a leveraged way. Okay, so step one is identify trends and problems. Identify a specific market and a painful problem they're having. Okay. Step two is you want to create an offer around solving the entire problem. And I'm going to go more in depth later on in the video of how we actually go about this, but simply create an offer around solving the entire problem. And I'm about to walk you through this later. And then step three, you need to validate your offer. And then step four, sell your offer for $5,000 up to $15,000, maybe even more, depending on the market and the problem you're solving. And step five, be leveraged and you're selling a tangible asset. You do not want to be selling your time. Okay, the only time you should be learning how to set up each tool, each workflow is if you plan on selling your time for money. Okay, but if you want to create true wealth, then we don't have 30, 40, 50 years to create wealth. Okay, we want to do it as quickly as possible, and the way we do that is we find a painful problem and we create a hypothesis on how we're going to solve that problem with AI, which I'm going to walk you through soon in this video. Okay, and so we want to focus on leverage, and that is how you make the most amount of money in the quickest time, as humanly possible. And so if you're somebody selling AI services to other businesses, think of yourself as a capital allocator. Well, what do I mean by that? Okay, so what does a capital allocator do? The main goal of a capital allocator is to create an offer that prints money, and then reinvest that money. You allocate the capital into things that will give them more leverage. Okay, for example, things like hiring A players, implementing specific systems, and gathering insights. Okay, and how do you do it? Well, first, like I said, you want to identify trends and problems. Number two, create a hypothesis, create an offer to solving that problem for that market. Step three, validate that offer by talking to your market, by hopping on sales calls and seeing that people are actually willing to give you money for it. And once people give you money for it, you want to allocate that capital towards things that give you leverage. Okay, but you're probably asking yourself, what even is leverage? Well, if you don't know what it means, leverage simply means you get more for what you put in. And if you don't have leverage, it will literally take you 50 plus years to make $1 million. And so two people, here's a quick scenario that I made up that, explains what leverage is. Two people are racing to a finish line. The first person is running to the finish line while the second person is driving a car to the finish line. The first person has to put in more effort and energy to reach the finish line in 30 seconds, while the second person simply pushes the gas pedal with their foot to reach the same destination in 5 seconds. The second person is in a better vehicle. They cover more distance while using less effort and energy. They also reach the destination faster. So the first person has to physically run and sweat, and they're going to take longer. They're going to be more tired to get to the finish line, while the other person, they're literally in a better vehicle, in a better business model, if we're relating it to business. They're in a better vehicle, and they simply just push their foot down on the gas pedal, and they get to the finish line with less effort and less time. Okay, and that is what leverage is. And so if you never obtain leverage, you will be the guy running to the finish line. And so you want to get access to capital by selling your offer, then reinvest that capital into things that give you leverage. And if you listen to Naval Ravikant a lot, he says there are 4 types of leverage: code, capital, labor, and media. You want to invest your money, allocate your capital into one of these 4 things that will increase the outputs of your inputs. Okay, because if you don't, it's going to take you 50 plus years if you plan on doing it all by yourself and selling your time for money. So now let's talk about how to actually create a highly valuable leveraged AI offer. Okay, this is how you create wealth in the AI revolution. No BS. This is the true way to do it. Okay, you want to create and sell AI infrastructure offers. Here's why. The first thing is the age of unlimited leverage. When we took a look at the previous major revolutions that happened in our world, there was always some sort of barrier to entry that stopped most people from taking advantage of the trend. It was either, they didn't know the people to get into the trend, they didn't have the money. There's always some sort of barrier to entry. Well, in this current revolution, in the AI revolution, the only barrier to entry that's truly stopping you from accessing infinite leverage is the learning curve, is learning how to take advantage of it, is learning how to do it. And so what does infinite leverage even look like? It's simple. You build the system once, you create an offer, and you build out the system once. Okay, you create the AI solution once, and you're able to leverage it forever and implement it into every business. The system that you built out once, you're able to implement it into every business to solve problems for them. Okay, and that is what leverage looks like. And so how do you transition from a commodity agency offer into a desirable AI infrastructure offer? So if you're already running some sort of offer, some sort of lead gen content offer, and you want to transition into an AI infrastructure offer, I'm going to walk you through that. Okay, so if you're selling a normal agency solution like ads or content, you're in big trouble. Selling one specific mechanism that only solves one problem puts you in a risky position of being easily replaceable. How do you solve this? Well, you need to solve every problem in the gap between your prospect's current and desired situation. Then reverse engineer what are the mechanisms needed to solve each problem. And so here's what that looks like. If you're currently selling a commodity offer, which simply means you're selling one mechanism, like Facebook ads or doing short form content for people, you're in trouble. Okay, only solving one problem means you're a general problem solver. You're not a specialized problem solver, which means you're easily replaceable. Okay, and so you also just selling one mechanism means that there's actually a low probability of your prospects, of your clients reaching their desired situation. Okay, so it doesn't even work. And also it's easy to copy since you're not unique. You're just selling one thing. You're selling your time. You're selling your time for money, which means you're unleveraged. It's going to take you forever to create wealth. And also you cannot charge high prices because this is not perceived as valuable. Okay, and so what do? You need to package it into an AI infrastructure offer, and here's what that looks like. You have your market's current situation, and you have their desired situation, and in between that gap, there's going to be problems that's stopping them from going from their current to their desired situation. And to simply put it, you implement a sequence of mechanisms and AI mechanisms into their business to solve that entire gap for them. Okay, and I'm about to give you an example of a lead gen example of what that looks like. But to give you a quick overview, this offer, you're solving every problem in the gap in between the current and the desired situation, which means you're a specialized problem solver. Okay, you're not easily replaceable. And there's also a high probability of your clients reaching their desired situation because you solve every problem in the gap, which means it's inevitable for them to reach their desired situation. You're also very hard to copy because you're unique. You're selling systems that are already built, and you're able to replicate those systems and place them plug and play them into all your clients' businesses, which is high leverage. And you can charge a premium so that you can hire a fulfillment team, systems integrators, growth consultants, people to fulfill this into your business, into your client's business, so that you as the founder can focus on high leverage activities like marketing, creating content, sales, things that move the business forward. Okay, and so let me give you a specific example, a lead gen example. Okay, so what a commodity lead gen offer looks like is you simply just run Facebook ads for people. Iman was pushing this, that you can build an SMMA to 10K, 100K per month by just running ads for people, but that was a few years ago. We are in very different times and things have changed a lot. Okay, and so basically, if you're selling this, your value proposition is you're getting leads and you're booking appointments for people. Well, here's a problem: you're only selling one mechanism in between the gap of no customers. So in this instance, your market's current situation is gonna be no customers, and you're basically promising them lots of customers by running Facebook ads for them. Okay, but the thing is, it's not guaranteed that you're gonna solve the entire gap for them because you're only placing one mechanism into their business. So how do you solve this? You package it into an AI infrastructure offer, and here's what that looks like. Here's an example of a lead gen AI infrastructure offer that we're currently pushing in the market. So in between the gap, or the current situation is no customers, and the desired situation is lots of customers, and there's a gap. Okay, and what are the three main problems in between that gap? It's the offer, the lead gen, and the lead nurture. Okay, so making sure that they have an appealing offer that's validated by the market, making sure they have predictable lead gen systems in the business, and also making sure that they're contacting all the leads, ideally within 5 minutes, and nurturing the leads so they eventually buy from their customers buy from them down the line. Okay, and so basically what it can do is, for the offer, you can do some consulting. You can review their current offer and help them create a better one. And then lead gen, you can implement AI creatives, which I'm going to create a video on soon. But there's different ways to create AI creatives, fully automated, which is an insane value proposition where you can either clone their voice and then have an animation with the AI clone voiceover, or there's specific tools like arcads.ai where you can fully automate the process. So you can pitch them on AI creatives and also launching and managing their ads for them. And then from there, the lead nurture systems, you can implement another AI mechanism by implementing an AI voice dialer into their business, and then like a GHL snapshot that takes care of all the automations and things like that. Look, to create an AI infrastructure offer, you don't need to code your own new AI software. You simply add a few AI tools or AI mechanisms into the sequence of mechanisms so that you can position yourself as an AI service provider. Okay, so in this example, we're fully automating the process of them creating their own ad creatives by letting AI do it for them, and also they don't have to call their leads or manually contact or call their leads because we're implementing an AI voice dialer into their business. So make sure that when you're creating your AI infrastructure offer, that you're including AI mechanisms that either make the offer more efficient, cheaper for that makes the actual system cheaper to maintain, or that makes it higher quality. Okay, those are the three main value propositions currently when it comes to AI. And this is a system that you build once and you can replicate it and build it and put it into businesses forever. Okay, this part right here is mostly consulting. AI creatives is something that you can hire specifically a media buyer to take care of this for you, and you just have everything systemized. And these are systems, replicable systems that you build out once and you can duplicate into your clients' businesses forever. So this is high leverage. You're not selling your time for money when you're selling this. Okay, and this is easily an offer that you can sell to local markets for 10K plus. We are seeing currently great results in the law firms niche, in the realtors niche, where else, Kairos. We're going after, various local brick and mortar businesses, because these are the businesses that are the least educated, and these are the highest demand because they know they need to implement AI into their business, because if they don't, their competitors who did, they'll implement AI into their business and they'll take their market share. Okay, so I highly recommend you go after local brick and mortar niches. So the same exact way that the internet made countless millionaires from various micro trends, things like digital products, Facebook ads, short form content, AI, the same exact thing will happen with AI, except on a much larger magnitude. Okay, so for example, the internet had these sort of micro trends. We're seeing the same thing happen with AI when it comes to as of now, the biggest trends is dialers, chatbots, and specific automations. Okay, so AI and the internet, those are the two overarching macro trends, and under the umbrella of these macro trends, you have smaller micro trends, different smaller opportunities that you can partake in to create a fortune. Okay, and so AI, it's on a much bigger magnitude because once again, AI is estimated to add a lot more value to the economy than the internet ever did. Okay, and so if you want to learn, actually, if you want to get over the learning curve of how to build out these AI infrastructure offers and sell them to businesses, you can join the first link in the description, the AI Scaling Specialist community, completely for free. We have hundreds of entrepreneurs in there who are looking to get into the this AI revolution. We all want a piece of the value that AI is going to create, so you can join for free, and I'll see you on the inside. Bye.